path forward. I'm so grateful to be joined today by Vital Voices Network leader, Aline Kamakian. She is a chef, a restaurateur, an entrepreneur, and she's dealing with the explosion and the impact firsthand. Aline, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us. I know that you are incredibly busy as Beirut recovers. We're so appreciative that you could be with us.
Thank you for having me.
So can you tell us a little bit about what happened last Tuesday, the explosion? Where were you at the time, and what happened?
My restaurant and my office are 2 seconds of bird fly from the explosion. And like there's the explosion, there's a highway, and then there's my restaurant. Nothing between. I was having a management meeting on my office, and I have a terrace on my office. So the first fire, when it started, I took my phone and got out to film. I called the firefighter to come and help because I saw a fire. And I was coming back to the office when the small fireworks started. So I came back at the end of the office to take a video of the fireworks that it was going, small fireworks. My team was telling me, come inside, you don't know what will happen. And a big explosion came up. I saw the mushroom, and I came down like this, like as if you are at your fetus position. In front of me, I had a big plant and a lot of water tank. I remember I got up, it was very hot. Everything was cloudy, I wasn't hearing anything. I turned to go back to the office. I don't remember how I got in the office, but I remember I was working a first aid on my financial controller. I don't know from where I took him up, but he was unconscious. He was bleeding from his artery, from his hand, from his neck. His eyes were out, and his head was open. I had another team member. I was calling him, call the ambulance. And he was looking around, where call ambulance? There's nothing left. I don't know how I took him up. I don't know how I put him. I'm a scout girl. I took some first aid, so I managed to save him. I've removed his shirt. I stopped the bleeding of his hand, and there was a piece of door. I put him on it. I grabbed him, and me and my accountant, we tried to bring him down. Unfortunately, in Lebanon, we don't have emergency stairs. Our stairs are full of false ceiling, a lot of what do you call? A lot of glasses, frames, and everything. So it was very difficult to go down with him from the third floor. It took us a lot of time. So there is 2 moments that I was about to give up. It was heavy. I was losing him. He wasn't talking to me. Every time I was seeing him, I was saying that I cannot live with the idea that I let go. So I was shouting, Julien, stay with me, talk to me. And I managed to go down. In my mind, if I go down, an ambulance can come and we can save him. When I arrived down and I saw around me, it was extremely devastating. It was, I don't know how to explain. There was nothing. Cars were blown up. My car key was inside of my pocket, but my car, it was like a hamburger, nothing. I was shouting, and all around me were people bleeding everywhere, crying, and everything is like, it's completely dust, and our eyes are all glass dust. It hurts. I finally managed to find someone with a motorcycle, with a small Vespa, a small motorcycle. I begged him to take him. He was there to search for his brother. I literally begged him. I found the fabric. I caught him on him, and I sent him to the hospital. I went up to bring the others. While going up and while going down, I'm hearing other officers calling for help. Unfortunately, when you are in this situation, you take decisions. You say this is more important. You know, my team. I was running to my team. I thought when I go down, I can call the team of the restaurant. They can help me. I thought the bomb was in my office, but 25 people of the restaurants were all injured. I had 12 clients. Everybody was injured, and they were like trying to help each other. Injured is helping the other. You can see people how they are bonded to give. You know, the one is less injured or can handle stress, or you know, is helping the other one, and the one who are panicking, crying, and shouting. It is really unbelievably the scenario, the scenery. You think you are watching a horror movie. You cannot imagine that you are inside and you are alive and you are doing this. I don't know from where the force came to be able to carry a guy of 30 years old to carry him. My other accountant also was bleeding. I couldn't give the first aid, but he managed to arrive. The other helped him to manage to arrive to the hospital. I'm very lucky not to have any casualties. I'm extremely happy. We still have 3 people in the hospital right now. The worst case is my financial controller. He might lose his sight. We are trying our best to do so. It is on the spot. What we've done is only take the major casualties on the spot. Second layers, we started to take the other to the hospital, but 3 major hospitals were down. So we were going out of Beirut to be able to arrive to a hospital. And a lot of people couldn't make it. They could have lived, but couldn't make it because we couldn't. There was no government, no army opening the road, no emergency. People were helping people. 2 days, I didn't see any of the government people, not a single army people opening the road. We were cleaning, we were looking in the building if anyone is still in under the shelves. And it's not about one building. It's a 5-kilometer area, all gone. It takes 3 seconds to destroy everything. 3 seconds.
Wow.
I don't know how, from where you have this courage or this alertness, or this, you are alert, you're taking this, you're taking decisions, you're helping this, you take decisions. This one I can help, this one unfortunately is old. After, you know, like, it's not humane, it's robotic. I don't know how I can tell you, but you take decisions that you never think that one day you will say, I cannot help you. There are priorities. I don't know how to explain this.
Yeah.
It hurts. It really hurts.
Aline, you yourself, I know, were injured in the blast, and you lost your right ear. Is that right?
Yeah, I lost the hearing of the right ear. I'm all bruised, but I was the best shape of my team. So when you see yourself, you don't even take it into consideration. When you see, you know, when you see worse than you forget about yourself.
Yeah. So talk a little bit about your restaurant. You have 2 restaurants, I know, in Beirut. And these are restaurants that have been really a fabric of the community. This has been a dream of yours. I know you've been building over the last 20 years. Your office, your home, and one of your restaurants were destroyed. Talk a little bit about the impact of that, and what did you do in the sort of days and hours after?
My rig is my first restaurant. it was my father's dream. I lost my father. I was 17 years old. He always used to tell me that one day I will open a small restaurant to share my to introduce the Armenian cuisine for the world. So when I lost my father, I vowed to realize his dream. I opened my rig on 2003. Another challenge, being a woman, I couldn't get any funds because you don't have a father, you're not married, you need a man to sign for your mortgages. And I'm an insurance broker because I started to sell insurance door to door. So you are on commission, you're not on basic salary. So no banks give you shares. So I introduced my cousin with 50% so that I can take the loan of $25,000 in 2003. And I work, sorry, in parentheses, I work with the Women's Society here, with the Lebanese League of Women in Business, to remove this condition from the bank so that we open for the future generation of ladies to become entrepreneurs easily. So this was my father's dream, and I made it in 2003. We had a lot of challenges in Lebanon. We had the blast of Prime Minister Hariri, and then we have the war of 2006, and then we have the war of 2008, and then we have the economic crisis, the financial and revolution of Lebanon, and then we have the COVID, and now this one. You know, as if you're taking someone, you're giving a one box and you're saying, oh, you halted that box. Let me give you another one more for. Let me give you another one and another one. Come on. Yeah. And like, we didn't breathe between each one of it. Challenges are really getting more and more. But my rig stands there. I have 85 employees, 85 families that I'm responsible of. I don't have the luxury to give up. I cannot give up. I never gave up. If you see my team, and like my operation manager got out of Sunday from the hospital, today is at work. You have this bond of family, and you have this bond of helping each other. The first day, my main concern was the hospitalization of our team. The second day, the team that was not in the restaurant came, and we start to clean up the location because there are a lot of dangerous things to clean up, to close the electricity, gas, and everything. And we had to put my other restaurant, which is far a little bit from Beirut. We turned it to an emergency kitchen, and we started to cook the rest of the people that are not able, they don't have any home anymore. My restaurant is 2 floors. This is it, sorry. Up there now, we've managed to put our employees that doesn't have any home. Wow. We have 20 people living there now. And down we made an emergency kitchen where we are feeding, today we fed 2,000 people. Wow. With the help of the central kitchen. And with the help of a lot of donations, people are buying stuff from the supermarket and bringing and putting in front of the restaurant just for us to be able to cook. Wow. You know, the best therapy is to give. From myself to my team, we're putting ourselves into more stress so that we forget, you know, you forget what you lost. By seeing people saying thank you, by smiling, by hugging you. I mean, this is really the best therapy that you can have. We didn't have much time for group therapy yet, but I'm working on to bring a specialist to have a group therapy. Here we 60 people are working. We are doing 24 hours to be able to make this to realize this. I mean, really, managing volunteers is also difficult because you have to teach them what to do and to be on time. We don't have infrastructures. The roads are blocked, people, lots of traffic. So arriving to them to feed them, we need to leave early hours to arrive there. It's taking us 2-3 hours to drive. We have only one car left for the catering. A supplier gave us his car to use it. I admire these people. Really, Lebanese people are really strong and resilient, but they are doomed to be resilient, because if they weren't resilient this much, maybe we were finished of these problems. But one till the other is really
Aline, can you talk
heavy.
about how you connected with the World Central Kitchen? Do they have offices there, or did they reach out to you? How did that, I mean, the fact that just a few days after everything in your life was destroyed, other than the one restaurant, you are now feeding 2,000 people a day. I mean, it's incredible. When I heard about this, Aline, I had to ask myself, like, would I be able to have the strength to do the same thing? You know, after losing so much, to immediately turn around and say, okay, how can I help other people?
Honestly,
Really,
I don't wish you to try that, and I don't wish you to know if you can or not, because I'm sure if the moment comes, you can, but I hope you will never see that moment. For the World Central Kitchen, the first day that we were cleaning, I mean, like Tuesday it was the bomb, Wednesday we were cleaning the restaurant, and in front of us there was the Caritas. And for the first time, I saw my team eating from someone who's cooking for them. And that was the moment I cried, because I'm used to give, and it's completely different to receive. It's another world to receive. And when I saw that, and I saw their eyes while having it and hiding it from me, I said, I cannot stay like this. So I said, tomorrow we are cooking. And my manager asked me, how are we going to do this? I said, I don't care, but we're going to do this. So this is where, because I was handling the hospitalization, and because 30 of my team lost their houses. So I was into my world. I said, you take this. You are responsible to clean my rig. And I have a lady of the purchasing. I said, you are responsible to give me what my employees' houses need, and you take our contractor and you go with him to finish this. I will do the bachik to turn it. I have one chef here. I said, how many can you give me? He said 500. I said, that's not enough. He said, I don't have the means. He said, I'll find the means. Just tell me what you need. So I called the scouts. They sent me help. We got big pots of the camping. And we've put, I've put some from the houses, some oven and stuff. And we are cooking. It's a how do you say, emergency kitchen. It's not well organized, but it's feeding 2,000. And then I saw the World Central Kitchen. I went to them. I said, I can help. Help me, give me some input, and I can help. And I let them visit the kitchen, and they were amazed. And when they saw my team, half of them with the bandage and working, they said, okay. So today also the chef came, and we are seeing how we can make it more organized to be able to feed more. This means a lot to me. When I don't know how to explain, but my people are very happy by giving. They lost their home, they're working, they're taking shifts. Their wives, their husbands, which are not with the team, since they are sleeping here, everybody, their kids, everybody is working.
wow.
And this is the community. This is what you call, this is by itself a hope for betterness. We don't have a government. We never had a government. We never had any help of the government or form of the government. We do our own electricity, we bring our own water. You know, we're used to this. That's not normal, but unfortunately we are used to this. But to be our own hospitals, to be our own food suppliers, our own importer, our own financer, come on, that's a bit too much.
Mm.
A bit, I mean, like, they're not ashamed. They gave their resignation, and like, I don't even consider they were existing. But we don't need any of them. None, not a single, not before, not them, not their sons, not their daughter, not their husband. We have a great generation. We have educated people. We have beautiful young generation that took the broom, put their ego aside, came down to clean their houses. People I don't know came to clean our houses, our restaurants, and brought us food. What else we want? You know,
Wow.
what else
Wow.
we want? We are so lucky.
Mm. And obviously, this is a time where we're in the midst of a pandemic. And so the idea of people coming together is more remote than the norm. And so, you know, you think about it, people in crisis, you know, putting those fears aside and saying we all have to be in this together. I think it's such a beautiful example of humanity at its core. And you are such an extraordinary example of that, truly.
You know, there's one thing when this happened is your team. I was happy. I had in mind that when I understood where the bomb was, that my parents' home is far, so I managed to be concentrate on my team on the spot. They would have done the same thing for me. I know that. Even it's different. Unfortunately, fortunately, I don't know. When you are a leader, when you are an entrepreneur, you don't have the luxury of giving up. You don't have the luxury of comfort zone. I have a family that's saying, close and get out of this country. Khalas. Khalas means stop in Lebanese, you know. I said, the moment I go out, I will be sick. I will lose everything. I will lose myself. It's easy to get out. It's easy to turn your back. But as my character, I know, I will lose it. I will lose myself. I will lose the inner peace that I have. I know we can make it. I know we will build it. And thanks to you, thanks to NGOs, thanks to Vital Voices, to the World Center Kitchen, to the people around that are really my crowd fund. It's doing okay also. People wants to help. People are here to help. They're bothered because they don't know how to help. When my friend from the state called me and I said, I will do crowdfunding for you, I was like, no way. I don't accept. There are people, they need more than me. He said, how are you gonna stand up and back up this 85 family if you cannot stand up? You have to stand up. And it's true. But always, I'm not very rich, but I'm used to give. I'm used to be there, volunteer and everything. And it's completely different. It's very, very difficult and very heavy to ask. Today a friend came here and she was writing my story because she said, I need to be your spokesman because I know you don't ask. I said, listen, I'm doing this and I'm very happy. And people are seeing on Instagram. I swear to you, today I had people, I don't know them, buying from supermarket stuff and coming and putting it here. They don't want to give their name. They don't want to even show. They're putting in front of the restaurants and going. And this made you stronger. This gives you, tells you that go on, continue. You have to do more. And you go beyond yourself.
Mm.
And this is what
Well,
people
I know, Aline, you have a whole family at Vital Voices. You're an alumni of our Global Ambassadors program, which is a very tight-knit group of women around the globe, as well as the Vital Voices Grow Fellowship. And I know that so many people in the Vital Voices Network, our board, but beyond, people who tune into this podcast, people who hear about you with the World Central Kitchen, they want to help, right? How can they help you? And I realize you are someone who's not used to accepting help, but they are helping you to give and to help. I mean, look, you're doing the hard work. You're there, you know, with tremendous challenges, and obviously, you know, going through some health challenges of your own, but yet you're giving. And that is so inspiring to people. And we feel helpless so often in these times of crisis. And so being able to support someone who is doing good and finding beautiful humanity out of all of this is something that I think inspires us all, and it is so necessary. So how can people help you? People who are listening to you now, how can they help you?
there is the crowdfunding of my week. There is World Central Kitchen. There are a lot of NGOs, the Red Cross, Beit al-Baraka, LWB. I can put these. Please do not send any money for the government, nor any medical equipment, anything, because they're only stealing it. Nothing will go. Go through NGOs, go through the private funding, like Myrick. Okay, you are seeing everything we're doing. We can be extremely transparent. We are here to help, and thank you very much for every single one of you, because you are not easy. Also, the whole world is passing through crisis right now with the pandemic. Everybody's not working. The chefs in the world are not working, but they are cooking for Maidik, and they are cooking for the Lebanese. I'm like, they're raising funds for Lebanon, and this is really can't thank you more. Right now, the financial is the best mean, because here we are trying to feed and do shelters, and this is what we need. We will need a lot of psychological help, because we will need to do focus and crisis management, and how to say that this shock, how to people are not able to sleep, and it's gonna be more and more shocking. They would realize what happened. I'm not realizing how much I lost, okay, but I'm extremely happy that I'm alive, and there is no casualty in my restaurant, and you know, the more the days will pass, and we will see how big is this, how catastrophic is it. It took 3 seconds to destroy. It will take minimum 15 years to build. Minimum.
And billions of dollars of damage, right?
Billions of dollars. A lot of people will leave. People lost their loved ones, will not accept to see this. God help these people. There are people who didn't find their loved ones yet. This is the worst feeling. I have friends that lost their brother and they don't know. They didn't find him yet. And this, when you see this, you feel you're blessed. I lost 1 year. I'm still hearing. You know, it's okay. My team are in the hospital. They will get better. I lost everything. I can build it, but I cannot bring deaf people. I cannot. This is the worst thing that can happen. And I'm honestly, I'm blessed. I was looking at my office while cleaning up, and I said, why do I have, I'm a simple person. I'm not that much materialistic. I'm very, I love nature. And I was seeing that I have a lot of stuff that I don't need. We do care about things for what? Literally, it takes only 1 second to lose everything. So just we are alive, we are healthy, and that's all it cares. Honestly, everything else is nonsense.
Mm.
Sorry,
Aline, thank you so much. You've been so generous with your time, and I know that you're giving to so many people, so I want to get you back to that. But thank you, and thank you for being such an inspiration. Thank you for your hard work, and I know we will be in touch, and we'll continue to follow all that you do and find ways that we can support you. I know we, through our network, have already raised some funding that we're going to be getting out to you. But people can go to your GoFundMe. And is there a website that they go to? Can you give us that web address if you have it, or else we can put it into the podcast description if that's best.
I will send it to you to put it on the description, everything. Thank you for your time. Thank you for Vital Voices. Thank you for everyone who's giving anything that they can.